live at the California Speedway in Fontana, California for Race 2 of the MacTools Cup Series here at the California Speedway. 38 laps, 35 cars, but one driver is all that will find in victory lane. Ethan Hoffman finds himself on the pole. A good way to start this race after wrecking out with Dwayne, Tripp McGuines, and Aric Jacks last race in Daytona. Sebastian Cucalon, who finished in the top 10 the last race, is there alongside him. And now as they roll off pit road, let's take a look at your starting lineup. Hoffman and Cucalon in row 1 there, as I mentioned. In row 2 we find Ryan Benjamin and Ryan Miniker. In row 3 we're going to find Drwish Junior and Alejandro Rodrìguez. In row 4 we find Nate Ormond and Damian Blue. In row 5 we find Christian Holder and Trey Wright. And in row 6 we find Alexander Jones and Aric Jacks. In row 7 we find Ben Jung and Sylas. In row 8 we find Mike Cook and Jason Dady. In row 9 we find Jeremiah Dwayne and Samet Ozkan. And in row 10 we find Bradley Reim and Hunter Blade. In row 11 we find Casey Nanako and Caleb Colburn. And in row 12 we find Zachary Fitzwater and Camden Jeziorski. In row 13 we find Jonathan Martin, our Daytona winner, and Tripp McGuines. And in row 14 Robbie Crouch and Ace Garcia. In row 15 Noah Clifton and Zack Winkle. Row 16 Jacob Brits and Cody Rhodes. Row 17 Jarrett Tallmadge and Gatlin Downey. And rounding it out in row 18 is Dakota Prior. Field coming out of turn 4 as the pace car dives to the bottom. We are ready to get this thing started. Hoffman on the inside, Cucalon on the outside, the green flag's out, we're racing in Fontana. Cucalon noses Hoffman out the line. We'll have to see what officials say about that. Unless Hoffman can get back by on the bottom. And that he does, so no penalty will come from that. Through turn 2, everyone going down the backstretch. 3 wide, 4 wide back there with Holder, Blue, Jones, and Cook back there. And now they're making contact. Everyone's going to go around turn 3 and 4. A lot of contact in turns 3 and 4. Cars up in the air, flipping into the fence. Caution is out. And back to the line, Ethan Hoffman wins the race back. Vicious crash in turns 3 and 4. Several cars involved. The field comes down the back straightaway, catching up with the pace car here. We'll try to find a replays for you to try to dissect what on earth just happened there to transpire the first incident of the race on lap 1. Just one lap, and we're already under caution. Now as the field gets caught up to the pace car, let's take a look. Heading off into turn 3, you see Ben Jung on the bottom. Oh wow. Holder makes contact with Rodrìguez and Ormond. Man! Look at the 83. The 21 lands on top of, I think that's Alexander Jones. The 19 of Aric Jacks teeter-totting on his nose and then comes down to earth, resting on the outside wall. Let's take another look at this. Ormond into the back of Ryan Benjamin, hard into the outside wall went Ryan Benjamin at 48. That was a heavy hit. And Samet Ozkan also taking flight, getting back onto the ground there in that 42. Let's go ahead and see an angle from the spectating area. Just how quickly everyone gets involved. How quickly the first contact was made. And how quickly everyone wrecks. Jason Dady also involved there in the 18. He wrecked out on the second lap at Daytona in the first race too. Tough break for him. And a view from up above. See Trey Wright in it, Ryan Benjamin, Ben Jung, Sylas, Bradley Reim there in the 24 involved. There's Christian Holder driving away from the accident as you see Aric Jacks come to rest against the outside wall. Now let's take a look at some onboards. Wild ride endured by Aric Jacks. Now let's take a look at Ryan Miniker's rear view. Vicious impact for the 48. Alejandro Rodrìguez. Next up, the 24 of Bradley Reim. Alexander Jones. Jung. Mike Cook. Trey Wright. Fortunately, everyone that was involved in that is okay. However, there are already several cars out of this race that will not be able to continue on. Now we've taken the one to go. Ethan Hoffman in first, Drwish Junior there in the 66 in second, Sebastian Cucalon in the third position there in the 99. Fourth, we've got the 30 of Fitzwater Sr. Fifth, Noah Clifton in the 01, Ace Garcia, Mike Cook, you see, they're behind them, waiting to pounce. When the track goes green, halfway to the green flag, everybody going down the back straightaway. Ethan Hoffman, the Virginia Tech fan, sporting the colors of Virginia Institute of Technology, leading the pack down to the green flag as the pace car comes off down to pit road out of turn 4 and waiting for the green flag to fly. It is waving and we're back racing in California. Junior goes to the outside there in the 66, already seeing 2 and 3 wide back in the middle of the pack. Cucalon making a move on the bottom of Junior. He's got Clifton behind him there in the 01. Fitzwater goes to the outside. He's got Ace Garcia there underneath him in the 15. Cucalon making a move on the inside for the lead, and he has it through turn 3 and into turn 4. As the pack comes around, we're going to complete this lap under green. Here comes Ace Garcia on the bottom. He's going to take the lead, but here comes Tallmadge on the bottom there in that 6 car. Able to nose out front. We've got trouble behind. Fitzwater and Clifton wreck in one other car. Fitzwater is upside down and tumbling in the banking. Robbie Crouch noses out to the lead going down the back straightaway. Here comes Casey Nanako on the bottom in the 1. Nanako's going to go to the lead. Here comes Jacob Brits on his bumper. Almost turns Nanako around. Off turn 4. Here comes Robbie Crouch to the outside. They're going to go 3 wide at the line. Crouch gets it. 8/1000ths of a second. The difference at the line. Don't know who second place was yet. Now They're saying Casey Nanako by .000 at the line. Whew. Just a minute, we'll take a look at what happened there, but man, crazy run to the line gets the silver bullet out front. Lap 8, the second caution comes out. Take a look at what happened going into turn 1. Fitzwater and Junior, big contact there, and Fitzwater catapults off the side of the 66 there, tumbles over the top of Noah Clifton's car, and starts tumbling end over end and goes back to side over side. Tumbles a couple times in the banking and comes to rest on the wheels. Vicious roll for the 30. The second race in a row. Let's take a look from another angle. Fitzwater starts to turn up there after making contact with the 66. Weight loads over onto the left side as they go up into the wall, up and over the 01, and just scrapes the catch fence a little bit. Back down to earth, and then a couple more rolls before coming to rest on his wheels. Now let's take a look from the spectating area here as the field comes by. It's a pretty big impact on the outside wall, too. Can't wait to see the onboard of Noah Clifton when that 30 goes over him. Man. Now from up above. Full speed. Now let's take a look at some onboard cameras here. Fitzwater. Now we're going to take a look at Drwish Junior's onboard. No Clifton. And as they came to the line, you saw Casey Nanako and Jacob Brits get together on the bottom, but here came Robbie Crouch storming back on the outside, making that line work and just edging him out at the line. We'll take a look at our extreme slow-mo here, so just so you can see the margin. First, second, third, all side by side, and by that much at the line. Robbie Crouch maintains the lead here after almost losing it out of turn 2 to Casey Nanako. Lights are off atop the pace car. This next time we come by, we'll have 27 laps to go. Crouch first, Nanako second, Jacob Brits third. Tallmadge crossed just barely in front of Cody Rhodes for fourth, Rhodes fifth, Ace Garcia 6th, and Jonathan Martin, there's a Daytona winner, in 7th. Sebastian Cucalon back there in the 8th position in net 99. Outside pole sitter falling back just a little bit, but he's trying to work his way up the field once again. Crouch and the silver bullet getting ready to see the green flag when the pace car comes down on the pit road to turn them loose once again here in Fontana. Pace car dives down to the bottom. We're ready to get this thing restarted. Robbie Crouch gets the green flag. We're racing again in Fontana. Stretching ahead of Casey Nanako, the field gets crazy behind. 3 wide there already. Rhodes, Tallmadge, and Garcia. Into turn 1, Crouch not staying very far away from that white line. Here comes Nanako and Brits. They're going to work together to get back to the front. Never mind, here comes Jacob Brits on the inside in the 2. Nanako's not going to be able to close him off, and Brits is going to move into the 2nd position. Out of turn 4, Robbie Crouch leaves the inside open, but's going to lead this lap. Ace Garcia is helping Jacob Brits on the bottom. Now moves out to the inside. We're going 3 wide and 4 wide behind. Jonathan Martin, Caleb Colburn, Gatlin Downey moving into the 3rd position in that 37. 3, 4, almost 5 wide. Crazy restart here in Fontana. Still 4 wide. They're making contact behind, and around they go! Into the outside wall. Jacob Brits, Jonathan Martin, Caleb Colburn, and 1 other car involved. Gatlin Downey takes the lead, coming down to the line. Just noses out Cucalon. At least 3 cars involved in this one on lap 14. Caution comes out once again. This is our 3rd one. Field comes down the back straightaway, going to catch up with the pace car. We'll try to dissect what happened to cause this one. Field purrs smoothly towards the pace car. And let's take a look at what happened here. Robbie Crouch on the outside, Colburn and Martin making contact there. And that was that other car, Robert Crouch. Bam! Into the outside wall. Jonathan Martin, you see all 4 tires off the ground of that 8 car. Crouch is done. Look at all the damage to that 40. Just was leading. Now another view. Jacob Brits. Hard rear first into the outside wall. You see him get in the air too. That was a big, big hit for all 3 of those guys. Looks like Brits might be able to go on. I think he's just going to pull it off to pit road though. Crouch and Martin are done. Martin, tough break for him. Just coming off the Daytona win. Big, big hit again. Now let's take a look at the onboards. Through the chaos came Gatlin Downey in the 37, a late entry for this season. He survived the chaos and is now leading here at California Speedway. Cucalon there in 2nd, Ace Garcia 3rd, Jarrett Tallmadge sneaking into the 4th position once again, but we did not have 3 wide to the line this time. Like that last race to the line, Ethan Hoffman there in the 5th position. Dakota Prior 6th. Hunter Blade there in the 7th position in that 12. As the field paces slowly behind the pace car. This next time we come by, we'll have 21 laps to go. Pontiac Grand Prix. Bringing them around through turns 3 and 4. Downey in a Chevrolet. Cucalon in a Ford. Ace Garcia in a Chevy. Jarrett Tallmadge there in a Ford. Ethan Hoffman in a Chevy. As they come out of turn 4 down to the line, we are racing again in Fontana. Nobody able to make a move on first place right off the start, but already seeing 2 and 3 wide for 4th on back. Cucalon trying to reel Downey in on the low line through turns 1 and 2. He is right there as they go down the back straightaway, waiting for someone to make a move. Here comes Ace Garcia on the bottom. Now they're going to go 3 wide into turn 3. Cucalon's going to get the nose out front for just a second, but here comes Garcia, making that inside line work out of turn 4, and Ace Garcia takes the lead. 20 laps to go in California. Here comes Ethan Hoffman on the back bumper. To the inside, Hoffman goes to the lead with Dakota Prior in the 31 right behind him. Down the back straightaway, they're going 3-4 wide behind, now back to 3, Hunter Blade up the middle. Here comes Jeremiah Dwayne in the 32 on the bottom. Prior now clears Hoffman, but here comes Dwayne. No trouble behind, Gatlin Downey, Jarrett Tallmadge, Mike Cook, and others going around behind. Caution comes out just before they get to the line, and Jeremiah Dwayne's going to have the lead. Pace car going to meet them on the back straightaway. There you see the pace car accelerating. I believe everyone is going to be able to go on. I don't believe anyone hit the wall or anything too hard so as to not be able to go on. We'll see replays in just a second to figure out what happened there. It looked like the first contact was between Gatlin Downey in the 37 and maybe it was Sebastian Cucalon in the 99. Let's have a look here from up above. Downey there on the outside, Cucalon right behind him. They slide up off of 4. There it is. Contact. Cucalon into the back of Downey, down into Tallmadge, and Mike Cook gets turned around. Casey Nanako just barely gets by. Here comes Cody Rhodes, trying to get on the brakes. He gets a piece of Mike Cook. Mark Sylas gets a piece of Jarrett Tallmadge down there. The 22 and the 6 getting together, and now Rhodes spinning to the inside there. It doesn't look like anyone's not going to be able to go on. Have to check on Mark Sylas though. Another view, full speed. It's 2 weeks in a row, 2 races in a row that Casey Nanako has dodged several big accidents in a single race. How does he get so lucky? He dodged that last wreck at Daytona and that big one that had Jeremiah Dwayne and Ethan Hoffman getting together. He just barely got a nick in it. Now, I believe that's the second one he's missed in this race alone. He might be able to find his way to the front here, maybe. So as long as he keeps his car clean and he can get through traffic. Meanwhile, leading all the traffic is Jeremiah Dwayne in the 32, Dakota Prior there in the 2nd position, Tripp McGuines 3rd, Zack Winkle there in the 4th position there in that 77. Ethan Hoffman, the pole sitter there in 5th, Hunter Blade 6th, Ace Garcia 7th, and you saw Casey Nanako back there in 8th. As the pace car comes around this time, it's going to head to pit road, and we will get this thing restarted here at California Speedway. Here it goes, turning down to the pit area and waiting for that green flag to wave. It's waving, and we're back racing. An even restart for Dwayne, Prior, McGuines, and Winkle. Winkle making a move to the inside of McGuines back there for 3rd. On the inside of turns 1 and 2, Winkle's going to take over the 3rd position. Prior now working on Jeremiah Dwayne. Down the back straightaway, here comes a move on the inside by the 31. They are side by side going into 3, and Prior has the run on the bottom, and he's going to take it away from Jeremiah Dwayne. Here comes Hunter Blade in that 12. led the most laps at Daytona, did not win. Now is to the lead with Ace Garcia behind him. Now Garcia is going to go to the bottom, and he's going to take the lead away from Hunter Blade. Here comes Tripp McGuines in the 97. 3 wide for 3 rows there. Going into 3, McGuines on the bottom. He takes the lead. Nanako right there behind him in the 1. McGuines slides up. Here comes Casey Nanako. And on the inside, he takes the lead. Caleb Colburn there right behind him. Moving out to the bottom of the racetrack now to get his shot at the lead. He's going to take it with Ethan Hoffman behind him. Hoffman, the pole sitter, trying to regain the first position. Going down the back straightaway. Winkle is on his inside. Not able to make a move just yet. And he gets stuck up in that middle lane. Winkle's going to go into the second position off of turn 4, coming to 12 laps to go. Here comes Dakota Prior on the inside. Winkle noses out front just a second. Here comes Prior. He's going to get it. Now here comes Blade. 4 wide for a second. Going into 1 there. Down the back straightaway, Hunter Blade gets it. Here comes Ace Garcia and Tripp McGuines. Look at Camden Jeziorski coming into the picture there in that UPS 88. Go sideways. Nice save by Ace Garcia in the 15. He and McGuines almost went sliding in the grass. 11 laps to go. McGuines to the inside. 3, 4 wide behind. This could have a recipe for disaster waiting to happen. 3 wide through turn 2. Everyone going down the back straightaway. McGuines still leading. Here comes Jeziorski. Not able to get the run just yet. 3 wide and 3 behind them. Off of turn 4, coming to 10 laps to go. 3, 4, 5 wide, all behind Tripp McGuines. Trying to hold them all at bay. 5 wide, now back to 4. They're getting tight, and around they go. Outside of turn 1, Jeremiah Dwayne is upside down. Camden Jeziorski involved. And several other cars up into the wall. Dwayne tumbling hard in turn 2. Caution is out. Leaders will come around. We'll have to restart it again. Tripp McGuines at the caution flag. Dakota Prior 2nd, Hunter Blade 3rd, Caleb Colburn 4th, Casey Nanako 5th. He got through another one. They'll meet the pace car over on the turn 3 and 4 end of the racetrack. There's the rest of the field catching up. Cody Rhodes, Drwish Junior, Mike Cook among them. The field will come around for 8 laps to go this time. We'll take a look at what happened. Man, that's a hard hit for Zack Winkle on the outside wall. So it looked like there was contact with him, Ace Garcia. Ethan Hoffman looked to be a victim and all that. Camden Jeziorski involved. And Jeremiah Dwayne. Bam! He gets pinned against the outside wall with Camden. And that inverts his vehicle. And he's just going to slide all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. And come to rest on his roof. Now look at overhead. Watch the 0-2 here. Make contact with Zack Winkle. First contact there was Ethan Hoffman getting turned up by Zack Winkle into Ace Garcia. Everyone else is just a victim. 5 cars total involved. Another view, full speed. That was a vicious hit. Zack Winkle and Ace Garcia on that outside. It was nearly head on for the 77. Hopefully he's okay. Wow, vicious crash. We have the 1 to green here. Tripp McGuines leading this field. Not very many cars left. Dakota Prior behind him, the 31. Hunter Blade right there as well. Caleb Colburn, Casey Nanako, Sebastian Cucalon, Cody Rhodes, Drwish Junior. All just trying to find a way up to the front. 13 cars are all that remain of the 35 that we started with. Working the 5th caution of the race. Now coming around to restart it, probably the final time. Pace car is going to dive down to pit road, and the field is in the hands of the number 97, Tripp McGuines, bringing them down, and we're back racing in Fontana. 5 to go. Already seeing 2 wide behind. Cody Rhodes diving to the bottom of that net zero Pontiac. Dakota Prior working the back bumper of McGuines. He's right against him out of turn 2. Hunter Blade looking on the bottom, going down the back straightaway. Not able to get there just yet. Prior's going to pull down in front of him. Try to make a move under McGuines, but McGuines cuts him off. Through turns 3 and 4, McGuines is going to lead this lap. 4 to go this time. Hunter Blade now has help from Caleb Colburn. Now Prior's going to move to the inside. Try to take the lead from the 97, and he is going to. But Caleb Colburn also just left Hunter Blade out to dry. This could be big trouble for the 31 and the 5 if they get together, the 97 and 12. Colburn gets sideways on the bottom. There's a slow car and a blown engine for Camden Jeziorski. We'll stay green for the time being. He's going to make it to pit road. Tripp McGuines looking for the lead on Dakota Prior. Sebastian Cucalon, Casey Nanako, Hunter Blade 3 wide for the 3rd position as McGuines goes to the lead. Prior falling back. Still 3 wide behind for 3rd. Heading off into turn 3, now back to 2 as Cucalon falls back to the 5th position. This time by, we will see just 2 laps to go as Dakota Prior goes back to the bottom on the 97. And the 31 pokes it out at the line and leads that lap. And is going to have the preferred line going into turn 1 to clear McGuines. And he does. With all that shuffling, here comes Hunter Blade in the 12. Casey Nanako there. Sebastian Cucalon next to him. A lap and a half to go. Prior staying on the bottom to protect his position as Blade moves into the 2nd position. This time by, white flag is out, 1 to go in the Golden State. One back to single file going into turn 1. Here comes Hunter Blade. He's got help from Tripp McGuines. He's there on the bottom. Gonna make the move on the low side going down the back straightaway. Half a lap to go. He's got the preferred line, and he pokes the nose out front. Here comes McGuines in the middle. Anything? No. Hunter Blade on a late charge is going to win at California Speedway. McGuines 2nd. Colburn sneaks in for 3rd. Dakota Prior 4th. Sebastian Cucalon rounds out the top 5 tonight. We'll take a look at your finishing results right here. Hunter Blade coming out on top. Casey Nanako, after dodging all those bullets, comes up just short there in the 6th position. Drwish Junior, a good run for that 66 there in 7th. Gatlin Downey, despite that spin earlier, still cracks a top 10. Ethan Hoffman, our pole sitter, winds up in the 15th position after getting involved in that accident. As you see the rest of the field here, notable name there, Jason Dady. Trouble again for the 2nd race in a row. Ryan Benjamin, the 2nd last place finish in a row. Here's your point standings. Hunter Blade now takes over with a 14-point lead on Dakota Prior. Rhodes there with 76. Cucalon with 73. And Jonathan Martin falls to a 6th position in points with 69 after earlier troubles in this race. Caleb Colburn there, who snuck in for third, up to 12th in points. Camden Jeziorski, we saw involved in that last accident. In a blown engine, he winds up 17th in points at the end of this. Ace Garcia falls to 18th. Gatlin Downey there in 20th. Good points day for him, despite considering where he started off last time at Daytona, wrecking out on lap 2. Fitzwater there, 32nd. Jason Dady, 33rd. Ryan Benjamin there, unfortunately, with a dismal 19 points to start out the second race of the season. Race 3 is going to be at Las Vegas. Hope to see you then. And until then, y'all take it easy.